up, Interweb? RhyQuinn here, and welcome to a Week 3 recap and Week 4 preview for the Battle SubLeague. Today I am joined once again by AmasianTae.
Hello.
And LacenMC.
Hey!
What's up? So, we wanted to have Bitz in this one, but Bitz said he can't make it. So instead we've got Lacen back again, which kind of sucks, because no one likes Lacen, but whatever. We'll deal with it. I am joking.
Lacen, you're my friend.
I actually know this.
I am joking. Anyway.
Lacen, you're my friend.
Friends. We are gonna go ahead and look at the first match from Week 3, which turns out to be Bitz versus LacenMC. LacenMC picking up a narrow, very narrow 1-0 victory over Bitz. So now LacenMC is 2-1 with a +2 differential, and Bitz is 1-2 with a -4 differential. So, Lacen, how do you feel about your match with Bitz?
Alright, so last week I was feeling, really victorious after my victory over Jordan, and I wanted to really pick up the differential, so I planned so my team could have a 6-0 on Bitz, and I'm still convinced that if he used the shenanigans I expected him to, I would have gotten that 6-0. However, Bitz made his OU team an OU team. Like he is like we let him get away with all these amazing draft picks, and he tries to be clever with it. He has like such unique sets and such trolly things. But this week it was just straight power. No games were played. So because of that, I didn't expect it. I think I lived with 9% on one Pokemon.
Yeah.
Before I won. So like. And there were some hacks in my favor that worked, like a crit off an Ice Beam. And he played his game, man. Like, Bitz, I felt like this week he really showed off what he could do, and I was slacking off a lot. Like, the match, if I didn't get a crit off an Ice Beam, I would have lost, and I know it. Yeah. So I was lucky for this victory because I planned for a completely different strategy than he actually had. So, I'm lucky this round. Very, very lucky. Next week, I'm not going to take Bitz for granted. I know that. Next time when we do our rematch. So it was a really, really narrow victory, and it was a fun battle, dude. Yeah. So much fun.
It was a really, really cool battle. I did watch it, and it was a lot of fun to watch. I was just watching and go, oh, just going like crazy, just watching the thing. It was crazy. Such a good match.
That's ridiculous.
Moving on to the second match of the week. This was AmasianTae versus Jordinez. And Jordinez picking up a really, really close 1-0 victory over AmasianTae. So now Tae is 0-3 with a -3 differential, and Jordinez is 2-1 with a +3 differential. Tae.
Hashtag 6th place.
Tae, how do you feel about your match?
Oh, there are many, many, many emotions I have about this match. And the first one was incredible rage that RhyQuinn has sadly witnessed.
Yep.
The second one was incredible sadness.
Yep.
That also made me very frustrated.
Yep.
And then it made me laugh a lot because, well, then I realized why am I even frustrated? Because I could have predicted that he was going to win anyway. But I did plan a lot for this match this week. So much team building, so much practicing. And I honestly thought that I had it down. In the end, I think I had predicted him to bring Mega Sharpedo. I didn't think he was going to bring Hydreigon this week, and he surprised me, and I think it threw off my game a little bit. But overall, I think I played well, especially for Jordan, who we've all said before is the best battler in the sub league. So I think I put up a good match, and I'm just glad that I'm again able to keep a very narrow loss and still keep my differential somewhat low. So happy with the way the battle went. Sad that I lost, but we're gonna keep going on to other weeks, and maybe we'll eventually get one, maybe not.
Yes, I completely agree with everything you said. I personally feel that if a couple of things had gone your way, you might have had this match. Having said that, there was a lot of hacks. There was a couple of flinches and para hacks, etc., etc., etc. So it's a bit too speculative to say if it could have gone one way or the other, but I think the deciding factor in this one was Staraptor living the recoil from a Brave Bird on your Altaria, and the fact that he managed to get rid of his Stealth Rocks with Rapid Spin, which means that Staraptor didn't die on re-entry. that was kind of the thing that kind of sealed the deal, because
Yeah.
he
I
had
would have
his-
won if it weren't for the rapid spin.
Yeah, if he didn't have the rapid spin, which if he was running like, I don't know, a shell smashing set, he probably wouldn't. So shell smash rapid spin, never know. But yeah, if he did run like a shell smashing set, then I think you could have potentially had that one. Definitely would have taken out, because you already took out the cloister, and if you had taken out the Star Raptor with stealth rock damage, you could have lived a hit from the Rose Raid and killed it with a facade from your Ursa Ring. So it's like. But then, of course, if his Toxicroak hadn't got paralyzed during the match, then maybe that would have got different. So it's just...
Yeah, there's a lot of
speculative either
things
way.
that could have gone different.
But I think it was absolutely fantastic match. And again, I think your team was... You planned much better than Jordan did. But the fact that Jordan's team is just ridiculous amounts of power still allowed him to get something very solid going with his team. But you managing to like take Volcarona out really early was fantastic. Like, really good play on your part. Things like that is just, you know, you played very, very well, and it showed with the fact that it was only a 1-0 loss and not, you know, a 4 or a 5-0, which Jordan has the potential to do because he's a great battler. So, yeah.
Yep.
Well played. But hopefully you can get that win soon enough, but preferably not in week 5 when you face me. That would be good if you didn't do that.
The only match I'm going to win is that one, so.
Okay, that makes sense. Moving on to the third and final match from week 3. That is Youngster Joey versus me, RhyQuinn. I managed to pick up a 2-0 victory over Youngster Joey here. So now I'm 3-0 at a +7 differential, and Joey is 1-2 with a -5 differential. And looking back on this match, I don't know if I deserve the win here. Probably not, honestly. Joey played an absolutely fantastic match. He brought a rain team, which you just did not see looking at his team lineup. Swift Swim Kingdra was something I did not prepare for, and it almost whipped my entire team. He missed the Hydro Pump once, which kind of mad. I got a crit on a Signal Beam on his Mesprit, which mattered a hell of a lot because it actually carried Healing Wish and all that kind of stuff. If things had gone his way, he would have had this match because it was just so unexpected and things I did not see coming. But as it is, I did manage to stall out the rain turns and manage to clean up with my Mega Gallade, which was nice. But Joey played absolutely amazing, and his team was absolutely spot on. So I think both me and Lacen this week have kind of won due to hacks and a bit of luck, which maybe we didn't deserve, but I think we still played well, don't get me wrong. I think I still played decently, managing to like trap his Ferrothorn and take it out and all that stuff, and killing Zod Y pretty early, stuff like that was pretty important for me. Things like that, but at the end of the day, I think those guys did play superior to us, but we still get wins, because that's the way Pokemon goes. You don't have to be the best to win. So, that has been the Week 3 matches. Let's see how that's impacting the league table. So, sitting in first place still the only undefeated boss is me, RhyQuinn, 3-0 with a +7 differential. The table hasn't actually changed from week 2, but the scores have. So Jordinez is now 2-1 with a +3. LacenMC in third with 2-1 with a +2. Obviously very close between those two. Bitz and Youngster Joey are both on a 1-2, but Bitz with a -4 differential and Youngster Joey with a -5. And then AmasianTae in 6th place with an 0-3, but with a -3 differential. Still better than Bitz and Joey. So again, if she manages to pick up a win, she is going above those guys. Pretty much. If Bitz and Youngster Joey lose their next matches, although I think... Are they playing each other? No. I think they might be playing each other this week. Yeah, it's Bitz versus Youngster Joey this week, in week 4. So, that should be interesting. That's going to be a big game, actually, to see what happens with those two.
Yeah.
We'll see how that impacts next week's. Next week's table is going to be very interesting. We are going to go ahead and take a look at the MVP race real quick, and then we're going to get on with the preview for week 4. So, still sitting at the top of the MVP race, and probably going to be there for a considerable amount of time, is Kyron Black for LacenMC. Picking up 1 kill, 1 death in this past week, keeping it at the same differential +6. So, it didn't put in as much work as previous weeks, still managing to retain that ridiculous differential. Mega Gallade in 2nd place, making a charge, not even in the top 10 last week. Making a charge up at the end here with a little late game cleanup. Picking up 4 kills, 1 death, and at a differential of +3. Gengar moving down from second place into third for Bitz. 5 kills, 3 deaths at a +2. Also with a +2, but with 4 kills and 2 deaths is ManaFee. For me, again. Mega Gallade and ManaFee putting in work. Next is Hydreigon for Jordinez. Life Orb Hydreigon puts in work and has been every week so far. In 6th place, we have both Mega Charizard Y and Mismagius and Staraptor, all with 3 kills and 2 deaths with a +1 differential. Mega Charizard Y and Mismagius for Youngster Joey, and Staraptor for Jordinez. Also for Jordinez in 9th place is Mega Sharpedo, 2 kills, 1 death and a +1. And picking up and rounding out the top 10 is Arcanine with 1 kill, 0 deaths and a +1 differential for me. So, that is the top 10. So AmasianTae just missing out, as I think Crocodile is in 11th place. So literally just missing out on the top 10 right there. But it's pretty interesting to see that LacenMC has 1 Pokemon in the top 10, which is in first. Bitz has 1 poke that's in third. I have 3 Pokemon in the top 10. Joey has 2, and Jordinez has 3 Pokemon as well. Again, pretty interesting to see. You take from that what you will, but we'll see how that turns out. What?
It's super interesting. It reflects on all our playstyles, I think.
Hugely, it does.
Yeah.
I do like to spread around my kills a lot more, I feel like. But anyway, moving on from the MVP race, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the battles that are going to come up in Week 4. So the first match is going to be Bitz versus Youngster Joey. Big match. Huge match. Both those guys in contention towards the bottom of the table in 4th and 5th place. So we'll see how those guys match up against each other. I feel like that's going to be a really, really good match to watch. And we'll see who comes out on top of that. Predictions, you guys. Who do you think is going to win that one?
It's very, very tricky.
I don't know. That's a hard one. That's really tough to ask.
All right.
I feel like it could go either way.
It could.
I'm leaning more towards Joey, but I don't know.
As I analyze both their teams and I watch how they play both weeks, you can see how the variety that comes out of them. I feel like Joey has the edge when it comes to building surprises around his team. I mean, one of the biggest things that he can do is he has weather shenanigans that he can pull. Yeah. He can set up rain or he can set up the sun, and all Pokemon on his team can really take advantage of both weather conditions. I mean, Mismagius with its move pool, Charizard with the stab, obviously, Kingdra with the Swift Swim, if need be. There's so much you can do. But Bitz is very straightforward. I mean, when you see his pokes, it's it's anything that you would see trying to climb up the OU ladder tests on Smogon. Yeah. So, there's so much that Bitz can do, but Bitz is also he's an intelligent, evil kid who tries to pull off these crazy shenanigans. So both of them being both teams that can be so gimmicky, I feel like Joey might overwhelm Bitz a little bit.
Yeah.
With shenanigans alone.
I think I'm leaning a little bit more towards Joey here. I feel like he has kind of hit the nail on the head with terms of team building. What he did with his team against me was, I think, incredible. And
absolutely.
I feel like he's got the hang of team building now. He knows what he's doing, and he can really come and surprise Bitz and take advantage of it. And Bitz might not have a way to deal with it, because as you say, he is quite straightforward with his stuff. There's a couple of the odd, crazy stuff with attract and stuff like that, but generally, it's fairly straightforward the stuff he brings, so he might not have a way to deal with some of the stuff that Joey's going to be bringing in surprises. But we'll see. Who knows? Maybe Bitz is going to bring some surprises this time. Got an absolutely crazy team. Got a defensive Gengar or something. I don't know. Who knows, right?
This would win the league if, just respect for even trying that.
Exactly,
if he did.
Yeah. The next match number 2 for Week 4, is going to be AmasianTae versus LacenMC.
Oh my God.
So, predictions, guys. Who's going to win this one?
I'm not going to say.
Lacen.
I'm going to say AmasianTae. I'll tell you why. Out of this league, I'm really glad we're doing this because we are all learning so much about the game, and we're all really testing ourselves here. But I feel like out of all of us, the person that shows the most rapid improvement is you. 100%. And just your entire mindset behind this whole entire thing has changed quicker. And, it's unbelievable to see the progress that you've had. You're super creative, and I had no idea that your team could allow for so many threats. Let me tell you something. I am intimidated by your team. I slept on you. I did. Pause.
Pause.
And I think this week, when we battle in a few hours maybe, or maybe tomorrow, whenever we battle, I'm going to have to take that into consideration. I just know that you're going to be difficult to predict because I don't know, and your team is like so lower tier, I don't know anything about it. So
Yeah.
and like mine is kind of straightforward when you think about it. I'm just all around bulk, so prepare for it. That's it. You know, like there's still a lot I need to improve on as a battler. You know,
I just need to figure out what to do with your team. It's been stumping me, but I'm sure I'll figure it out here. I'm excited to team build again this week, and I've been really in the mood to team build. I've had your team up on my computer for like 3 days now.
I
Just staring at it.
just know that this battle is really going to. I know that this battle is super important for Tae's growth as a battler.
Yes.
Because this is the battle where I think that she's going to exhibit every single lesson that she learned from the past 3 battles, and she's going to really pull something sneaky here.
Exactly.
And I've known that since, like, I've watched her battle with, whoever. With Bitz.
Yeah. And, like, something I keep saying today is that as much as she says she keeps making mistakes and not winning, they're not mistakes if you learn from them. And I feel like Tae is the kind of person that will learn from her mistakes and apply them in future battles. Such as, I don't know, this one. This could be the battle, Tae. You never know.
We'll see. I mean, I have high hopes, but Lacen scares me.
Yeah.
I'm not going easy on you. I know that.
Oh, I know
For
that.
damn true.
I know. None of you guys are, which is good.
It's very good. Forces you to learn a lot.
I'm not gonna learn
Exactly.
any other way. So
And the final match in week 4 is going to be me, RhyQuinn versus Jordinez, and that is a big battle for both of us. First and second place facing off. Oh god, I'm absolutely terrified. Jordan's team is so threatening, and I don't.
oh, trust me.
It's
Think
going
the panic attack I had for the last week.
It's going to be awful to try and face it. I really hope I can take it down. I don't know if I can. I have actually team built for it already, and I have a few plans. Whether they'll work or not is another question, but we will see what happens. But that is going to be a big game. Definitely one to watch. I feel like, in fact, all of these games are one to watch, hugely. Bitz versus Joey is going to be extremely telling of what's going to happen in the league. Tae versus Lacen, as we said, Tae obviously rapidly improving. It's good to see where she goes from here. And Lacen, if he can keep his momentum going, get to a 3-1. And then there's first and second place with me versus Jordinez facing off. So big battles all around in week 4. So that has been the week 3 recap and the week 4 preview. If you did enjoy, please make sure to leave a like, leave a comment down below. Let us know what you enjoyed from week 3, what you're looking forward to in week 4, who you think is going to win the league, how much you think Tae's improving, etc. All of those things. And make sure to subscribe to the Battle Subway to keep up to date with future recap videos and all the other great content that we have here. And make sure to go and subscribe to all the Battle Subway bosses as well to keep up to date with their battles and when they upload those. I know I do mine every Monday. I don't know when everyone else does theirs, but
I've been
whatever.
trying to do mine Thursdays.
Yeah.
So the day
Thursdays.
before these recap videos.
Yes. So the day before the recap video, Tae should upload her side. On the Monday before the recap video should be my side. I don't know when Lacen's doing his. Hopefully sometime soon.
Oh, I'm not doing league battles on my channel.
There we go. Lacen's not uploading league battles on his channel.
Sorry, not this. Maybe the second season of the BSL, but not this one, unfortunately.
And then, obviously, hopefully Bitz will upload his battles soon enough. He did his week 1 match, but I haven't seen any since. Joey and Jordan are actually taking a break right now, but no one needs to know that. So, yeah, hopefully you'll see as many of these battles as you can. And as always, in the description, links will be to the battles that have been uploaded from this week, so make sure to go and watch them. And we'll see you guys next week for the week 4 recap and the week 5 preview, and that is going to be week 5 is the last week before the interphase break, and there's going to be something special planned for the break between week 5 and week 6. So we'll see you guys next week. Toodaloo.
Toodaloo.
Bye.